Hello and welcome to this series of Make It Happen interviews where I talk to women who have made it happen in their business or their life. My name is Ali Meehan and I'm your host. I'm founder of Costa Women, the largest community of women living in Spain or women heading this way. And today's interview is possible with sponsorship by Casa Expat. Casa offer expat insurance services for your life in Spain. You can find them at casaexpatinsurance.com. So with me today is Katja Rusanen. Hi, Katja.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Katja is a coach and mentor to Lightworkers, and we're going to find out what a Lightworker is in a minute. She's originally from Finland, but now divides her time between Marbella, which is near me, and California. Katja believes in living a purpose-driven life, which we're going to find out about as well. And we've also got a very special free course offer at the end of this interview, so hang around to find out more. So welcome, Katja. It's really nice to see you here. I mentioned that you're living in Spain and California, so whereabouts are you now?
I'm now in Marbella, Spain, in Nueva Andalusia, where I really love. I'm in love with the La Concha mountain.
Okay. Good. And I mentioned that you are a coach and a mentor to Lightworkers. So tell us what a light worker is if somebody's not sure what that actual concept is.
Sure, absolutely. So what I mean with the light worker is person who feels called to help others, contribute something meaningful or raise consciousness. So that I feel it's bringing more light into this world in their own way. So that is something I refer light worker. And I know it's something, a term that has been there for a long time, but it's not familiar for all. So I'm always happy to explain.
Okay, good. Thank you. And you've got a very purpose-driven life. Do you mind sharing your purpose-driven life story with us and how you've ended up being in Marbella and California and what led you to now?
Sure, and I try to make it short. It's I could be speaking of 4 hours. But when I was 6 years old, I told my mom that I'm gonna move abroad. It must have been like one of these winter days. I'm from Finland and we get really harsh winters, like minus 30 degrees or so. So I couldn't go out to play. And all of a sudden I just made that declaration, like I'm gonna move abroad. And that was something I always knew inside of me. So yes, I was living in Finland, doing my studies, and I had a luxury to grow up in the countryside. So I built up this connection with nature, and my mom was always teaching me science from the nature. I consider her as my first spiritual teacher because she was very connected to her intuition, and I grew up to think that everybody are, and like it's something we all know how to use. But then later on I found out that it's not always the case. And I for me by purpose is so important for me is because I had to go through a very dark and challenging period of my life when I was a teenager that made me question why we are here. What's the purpose of life? And what happened to me is that I had to go through a loss. I had to go through losing a loved one, my first boyfriend, to suicide. And that experience put me into a very, very dark place where I didn't have will to live. I was like, I don't want to be here. The pain that I felt was so overwhelming that I just wanted to give up. I didn't see why I meant to go through that experience. And that then like I started seeking answers, like why there is so much suffering, why I had to go through that. And that put me into finding the answers from spirituality because I couldn't find them anywhere else. I couldn't find the explanation that I was looking for. And that started my journey in learning through spirituality, always like seeking the purpose of life. And I was going through like my studies, going through my experiences. I was in karate. I was competing in international team.
Wow.
That was kind of something that was very supportive for me during the period of healing, because it gave me meaning. My coach gave me like a to-do list, like do this every day. I was like, okay, I do that, because I didn't have any other purpose right at that point. But then I reconnected later on to I want to travel, I want to move abroad. And I did find the opportunity to come to Spain. I started from Mallorca. I went there after I finished my competition career in karate. I moved to Mallorca. I spent the summer season. And after that, a friend of mine was saying, hey, I'm moving to London. And I was like, okay, I move as well. And I really loved London, but there was quite many rainy days.
Yeah.
So I miss Spain. And after 2 years, I moved to Barcelona.
Okay.
And like climbing the ladder started to lose its meaning. And I needed to find something more. And that led me to studying spirituality as being a spiritual life coach. I studied in London in Holistic Healing College, but I was still holding on to my banking career. Like it's a steady salary.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was that point there was like depression, like the challenging times in Spain. So everybody was telling him, no, stick with that. Forget all those crazy thoughts. Like you have a steady job. But then I started to experience pain in my chest area.
Okay. Wow.
And when you have that, it really stopped me. I was like, okay, I need to change something in my life, because otherwise my heart is saying no more.
Yeah.
And I went to, of course, doctors, and they said like, there is nothing wrong with your heart, it's just stress. I was like, I kind of knew that, but I needed to hear it from a professional. And then I knew that I needed to take the leap of faith and start walking the path to my purpose. And I left banking. The pain in my chest did go away, but the fear didn't. I was like, what the heck? And luckily, I found mentors on both spirituality and business who helped me to take steps forward. And one of those steps was also I found university in Santa Monica, California, and that was part of my California journey.
Okay.
Where I started studying spiritual psychology. And I didn't even know a master's level degree exists in spiritual psychology. And when I found that, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going there. And I did. It was another leap of faith, like just saying like, adios, Barcelona, I'm going to California. And those 2 year studies were so healing, first of all, for me. And I gained so many tools that I now also can use with my clients, because I have experienced them personally.
Okay. Yeah.
Starting to see my life from source perspective. And when I do that, it kind of brings more awareness, like of my whole journey in this lifetime. And yes, I do believe past lives. So it's in this lifetime things started to make more sense.
Yeah, you talk about karmic patterns. So tell us what karmic patterns are and how that fits with your belief system.
And karma for me is often misunderstood. Let's put it there. It's for me, it's not a bitch who comes after you. It's for me, it's a teacher. It's a very, very patient teacher who's wanting to teach a lesson, and it gives you opportunity to learn over and over again. And when we don't learn the lesson, then it becomes the pattern that repeats. And it's sometimes like you go through an experience and you say, I'm never gonna have this again. And until you do again, you repeat the same thing,
Okay.
the same kind of relationship, same kind of job situation. It just keeps repeating. And that's why I call it, it's often patterns are often karmic. It's something that repeats until you learn. And those can come from this lifetime. If you believe from past lifetimes, they often come from there too. It's just something that it's unresolved, a lesson that is not yet learned.
Okay. Yeah, really interesting. So we're often very bad at recognizing the good in ourselves and what life is throwing at us and learning from it. What would be your tips for women that are thinking about maybe changing their career or learning from things that life has thrown at them, not getting pulled into the negative side of it, but trying to use it for positive? What would be your tips for those different areas?
First tip would be, if possible, get some support, because
Okay.
often we do not want to see certain things, and that's why we get stuck, because we try again and again the same solution and it doesn't work always. So if you get support, it might help to open the perspective and see the situation from different angle. And of course, you can keep working on things on your own. And then what I normally do is helping people to become more aware of the judgments. So if you're in a situation you are not happy, just observe what are your thoughts, judgments towards the situation. And you can practice compassionate self-forgiveness towards yourself over those judgments. I forgive myself for judging myself. Because when you do that, it's kind of releasing the past that is holding you back. And then when you want to start moving forward, it's also like, where do you want to go? Like creating the vision where you want to go. And sometimes our mind might block us because we are like, oh, how do I get there?
Right.
But first step is there, like, create the vision. You don't need to necessarily know how to get there yet, but just start making that vision very real for you, like very clear where you want to go. Because when we know where we want to go, it's easier to map the road, how to get there,
Yeah.
instead of like just wanting to go somewhere but not knowing where.
Yeah. Yeah. No, those are good tips for those different areas. So a quick fire round with some very quick questions. Your favorite piece of advice you've ever been given?
Trust your intuition.
Okay. And who said that?
My mom.
Oh, bless her. All-time favorite book or blog, and what is been your main learning from it?
Love challenging, so many books, but I would choose Soul Plan book from Blue Marston, because that is my also book that I use for my work.
Okay, good. And something, obviously, during your teenage years, you went through a real crisis situation. So something you would tell your teenage self now?
It would be, I love you. I truly love you, and there will be better days ahead. So just keep going, and there you will find the joy again.
Okay, yeah. And something you will achieve in 2018?
I'm gonna launch my first ever online program called
Woohoo.
Yeah, activate your purpose is coming.
Excellent. And you've kindly said that we can have access to part of the course. So tell us more about the course that you're giving the ladies access to and how we can access it.
Yes, I am doing a Speak Your Purpose, which is 5-day online quick start. It starts now on the 17th of September. And I can give you the link. I can put it, maybe
We'll
we
put
can
it
put
below.
it in the
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
And it is giving information how you can speak your purpose with greater clarity and ease, and how you can create connection with people. So if you have ever experienced when you start explaining something that is so dear for you, your purpose, what you want to do, and you get this looks like okay, and next people just give the confused look, this challenge, this online course quick start is for you, and it will help you to test, to express what you do with greater clarity and ease. So hopefully you join. I'd love to have you there.
And is it only for those 5 days, or can people join at whatever, you know, in a month's time, or are they able to join at different times?
Yeah, I'm considering doing it evergreen, but
Okay.
right now there is a support. If you join now,
Okay, cool.
it will have what it includes is 5 videos. You get daily videos, and you will have then assignments. It won't take a long time, but it's very powerful, very precise thing that will move you forward. So it's very interactive, but I don't want to take too much time. I know people are busy, so that's why I name it Quick Start, and that's what it does.
Does what it says on the tin, quick.
Yeah.
So if the ladies wanted to connect with you, Katja, what's the best place to find you? Is there a specific place where you like hanging out the most, or can they just connect with you, you know, on all the usual social media channels?
Social media is great. I am more on Facebook and Instagram. So those are my favorite ones on social media.
Okay.
And I do write a blog as well, a monthly blog. So if somebody wants to find that, that's going to be on my website. It's called Writing with Spirit. So there is insights and inspirations. Hopefully that will guide you and lead you and support you on your path to purpose.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll put links to the different things below this video. Well, Katja, thank you very much for your time today. It's been lovely speaking to you and to hear your story and be inspired about how you made it happen. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.